91.5 WMFO in Medford. It's the Mary Lou Lord birthday bash on a crash course for the Ravers.
And Mary Lou's just tuning up, and she'll be with us in a second, right? Yeah.
Well, but for the listeners who might not know who you are, who are living under a rock, Mary Lou, you want to tell us a little bit about your history?
Well, I'm from Salem.
She's obviously a big deal. I mean, I just got the most calls I ever have on the show.
I'm a rumor in my own mind. Yeah, I'm from Salem, and I went to Salem High School, and I went to Berkeley for a while, and then I moved to London, went to school in London, came back, and then I started playing a lot in the subway here in Boston.
Yes.
The first time I saw her was in front of the Coop in Harvard Square.
Yeah, a lot of times.
Did you have a little dog then?
Were you like, this girl's...
I did have a little dog then.
Yeah.
I did.
Michael, were you like, this girl's good?
I was considered stalking her.
Michael's got a steel trap memory. That's amazing. Yeah, that would be me. Yeah. So I did a lot of playing in Harvard Square and then the subway here. And then I moved out to the West Coast for a while. I was living in Seattle in Olympia, and that was cool. It was in the 90s.
Yeah.
It was a really fun time
you
to be
met
out
Kurt Cobain, Elliott Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Good friends with them. Yeah,
it was a good time to be out there. And sometimes I think about my life, and I'm like, how did that happen? You know?
Right.
And I've had some really, really good fortune and some.
You sure have.
Yeah.
You're friends with Sean Colvin, right?
Yeah, Sean Colvin. You know, I was friends with her before she had a record deal, and you know, I'd pick her up at the airport, and she'd stay at my mom's house, and say, you know, and then to watch her get the record deal was amazing in itself, and I'm like, dude, you got signed. Nice. You know, it was like a big deal. And
who signed her?
Columbia.
Nice.
And then, of course, you know, a couple of years later, she won a Grammy for Record of the Year, as well as, I think, the Record of the Year and Song of the Year, I think. And then she's won Grammys for, like, Best Folk as well. And
did you ever meet this lady?
I did meet Joni Mitchell.
Mike, they can't.
I did.
Listeners
That's
can't
true.
see.
He's holding up a copy of Joni Mitchell's Blue. And this is a true story, and I don't generally talk about it, but most of you guys know that I did have a friendship with Kurt. That, you know, when Courtney came into the picture, it took a nosedive, right? So I was friends with Sean Colvin. And
I guess we won't be playing any hole today.
And well, Sean had known the whole story, from when I did meet Kurt, and so she knew this whole deal, and then she's like, wow, they're really getting big, that Nirvana, that Kurt. And I'm like, yeah, kind of. And so Courtney came into the picture.
She stole them from you.
Well, everything's cool. But anyway, it wasn't so cool then. So Sean Colvin said, you know what, Mary Lou, why don't you just come out to L.A.? Me and Joan will take care of you.
Good.
And I'm like, Joan? And she's like, me and Joni. So I went out to L.A., and I basically stayed at Joni Mitchell's house for a week.
Wow.
And, I mean, if you got a broken heart, there's no place better to be than in Joni Mitchell's pool with Joni, you know.
In L.A.
Joni, man, she was great. She was great. When I met her, she had this cat. She came out to the driveway. She had this cat wrapped around her shoulders like a shawl, and she's like, "Hello." And she's
a live cat.
Yeah, a live cat. Yeah. And so anyway, that's where I got my broken heart back together. Was at Joni Mitchell's.
That's amazing.
With Sean Colvin.
Yeah.